welcome back to my weekly vlog. For those who don't know me, my name is Stefan and I basically live and work in London. I sell properties for a living, and in my free time I want to just fool around with these videos. Basically, I record like my experiences, other people's experiences in London, and just some random stuff that happened in my life. Basically, I also like to do like reviews and ratings and people who already do videos about London, because to be honest, sometimes the time is so limited between my washing up and cooking for myself and going to work. Basically, sometimes you just don't have time to commit to a fully editing and recording video for YouTube. So here we go. Today I wanna rate a video which was quite trending a couple of years back, for like top 10 places to visit in London when you come as a tourist. Obviously I want to do this myself, but as I said, like, time is so limited, and I'll probably do it at a later stage anyway. But today I wanna review this video, which is done by travel vlog basically, which is called Hungry Passport. I mean, I checked their vlog, it's quite cool. I should do a subscribe. Now they've been to many places, so today I'm going to review their video, which is called Top 10 Things to Do in London. So let's have a go.
In this video, we'll show you 10 best things to see in London and a couple more suggestions at the end of the video. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.
There we go.
The suggestions are
intro.
based on our exciting trips to London. Here are our top 10 picks.
I like the idea that it's a personal experience. It's similar to what I'm trying to do. I also like the Google Maps editing thing. Makes it quite fun. So, well done.
Number 1, Tower Bridge. Tower Bridge crosses the River Thames.
Okay, but a bit of history about Tower Bridge. I mean, everyone should go and take a photo with Tower Bridge. You can see it on Instagram. It's probably one of the most popular hashtags, and it's quite a majestic place. I think I even had one on my Instagram, but I removed it for like a different reason. However, it's a majestic place. I think he also recommends to go under the bridge with a boat. You don't have to really do that because it's quite expensive, and it's not in special going under the bridge. You can still just go around, go on the bridge, and enjoy it really.
A boat ride that goes into attractions nearby. A historic castle, Tower of London.
If you're a history geek as well, this is opposite the bridge, and it's built in 11th century. It's fun to see. I mean, nothing special, just rocks. But if you're a history geek, as I said, this is quite cool to see.
From 11th century, and the remaining of the Roman wall that was probably built in the 3rd century. Number 2, Camden Town.
Right, just before we go into Camden Town, I would definitely not put as a second place or as a number 2. Definitely not. It's a fun place to visit, but not one of my favorite places anyway.
Its former industrial economic base has been replaced by service industries such as retail, tourism, and entertainment. The area now hosts street markets and music venues which are strongly associated with alternative culture.
In translation, way too crowded. I mean, there is some really cool places, and it's a lot of diverse in terms of like food and markets and geeks and pubs and everything, but way too crowded.
Get to visit an amazing Camden Market and Cyberdog store with futuristic fashion, club wear, rave clothes, and live dancers inside the shop. Number 3.
Bear in mind, this is recorded in probably 2018, so there are a few changes as well. I think the Sunday market is quite popular on Camden, which is a market that happens like over the weekend. There are quite a few in London. I might actually do a video on Sunday markets when I have the chance. But yeah, cool place to visit. Not one of my favorites though.
Museums. London is full of amazing museums, and most of them are free. You can start with the British Museum that is dedicated to human history, art and culture.
If you go to the British Museum, make sure you get like 4 or 5 hours at least, because it's massive and there's a lot of stuff. And as I said, if you're history, lover, you probably need more. I mean, I went like literally running through the museum, and I'm not the biggest fan of history, although I kind of like it. Took me about 5 hours to go throughout the whole museum, and you need to take a break and see everything, record or whatever, take photos, whatever you want to do. Um, and yes, all museums are free. That's kind of cool. So I'll just leave the guy carry on with the other museums now.
Don't miss the Natural History Museum that exhibits a vast range of specimens from various segments of natural history.
For this one, natural history, you probably don't need 5 hours. Been there as well. Maybe like I'd say 2.5 hours, but it's probably not as fun. Slightly different from what it has to offer.
Just around the corner, there is Science Museum, a great place to see, touch, and experience science firsthand. You can check.
I don't think I've been in Science Museum, to be honest, but another one that I like is Tate Modern and Tate Britain. Tate Britain has a lot of nice paintings. Actually, I spent a lot of time there, so it's quite a cool museum. If if you like paintings and like history paintings, it's a nice place to visit. Again, it's free, so go check it out.
In the description box, where we added the link to all free museums in London.
Bear in mind when he says this, all free museums, like most of these museums have like events. They are organized events, and sometimes you can pay to have like a tour, like in a sense tour guide or someone to show you the exhibition or whatever. But you can, in most of them, you can go like for free and do your own thing.
Number 4. Big Ben and the Palace of Westminster. This British cultural icon was completed in 1859, and
Funny enough, it's under repairman, and it was just recently that they removed one side of the scaffolding. So it's been like nearly 3, maybe 4 years now. I lost count, but that was, I think, the whole process. They said it's going to last 4 years. So definitely a majestic thing to see. Big Ben. First thing I visited when I came to London is just like mesmerizing, basically. So definitely go and see it.
At the north end of the Palace of Westminster, which is the seat of the Parliament of the United Kingdom. The official name of the tower in which Big Ben is located was originally the Clock Tower, but it was renamed as Elizabeth Tower in 2012.
I didn't know that. Interesting fact.
Fortunately, Big Ben is being renovated and will not be completed for a couple more years. A few steps away is also an impressive Gothic church, Westminster Abbey. Number 5. London Eye.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip number 5 because you can see it literally from the same spot where you see Big Ben, and it's nothing special. I mean, I'd rather spend a day on a rooftop nearby with some drinks, because this is just a big spinning wheel. I mean, if you like action parks and stuff, you can go and have a spin. It's not that actionable. It's very slow spin. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip that.
Number 6. Little Venice. Little Venice is a neighborhood centered on an area of...
Right, this is like walkable distance from Camden town. So when you go visit Camden, you can do Little Venice. It's quite a nice walk by the canal, but let's see what the guy has to say.
Decorative houseboats and the partly tree-lined three-way junction of canals. Little Venice is one of London's prime residential areas and contains restaurants, shops, theaters, and pubs. Definitely a refreshing sight and something you do not expect to see in London.
I wouldn't say refreshing sight. If it's a sunny day, yes, looks perfect. If it's a grey and rainy day, doesn't look like anything special. But I mean, the vibe is quite cool there, and there are some authentic shops in the area, definitely, like small businesses. So it's a good walk. It's a good Sunday walk.
Number 7. Hyde Park. Hyde Park is London's main park. Offers both world-class events and concerts, together with plenty of quiet places to relax. In 2004, there was an opening of the fountains in memory of Diana, Princess of Wales. Number 8.
So Hyde Park is probably the biggest, if not Richmond, but probably the biggest park in London, and it's truly amazing. I mean, the whole park, the way it's done, it's beautiful. Definitely worth visiting. Out of all parks, I'd say my favorite is probably Green Park, which is not too far from Kensington Palace. It's a walkable distance, I think, even from Hyde Park, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour. It's slightly smaller in size, but it's somehow more, I don't know, I just like it more. But definitely, if you're in London, go visit them both, Green Park and Hyde Park, and also St. James, which is a smaller bit next to Green Park as well. But definitely one of the most impressive things that I've seen in London is the way they carry for their parks, the way they commit to their parks and green spaces is definitely something that I really love in the city. And I think everyone should take example from that because it's just beautiful.
Piccadilly Circus. Piccadilly Circus is a road junction and public space of London's West End.
I'm just gonna skip this part as well because it's just a crowded touristic place. There is some nice theaters around, but definitely you don't need to spend more than I don't know, an hour around here, this triangle, and then just go for lunch. Yeah, just very famous touristic place, but I saw something from history here, so I'm just gonna let it out actually.
In the city of Westminster. It was built in 1819 to connect Regent
Yeah, that looks cool.
Street with Piccadilly. It was named after a house belonging to a tailor famous for selling piccadilles or piccadillies, a term used for various kinds of collars. The circus
Another cool fact. Nice.
is particularly known for its video display and neon signs mounted on the corner of the building. We suggest to also visit it by night. Number
1 hour, that's all you need.
9. Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace is the most iconic royal building in the country. It is the London residence of Her Majesty the Queen and is one of only a few working royal palaces left in the world. Don't miss the iconic ceremony changing the guard, also known as guard mounting, carried out by soldiers on active duty from the Foot Guards who have guarded the sovereign and the royal palaces since 1660. Check the description box for the link to the updated guard.
That is actually quite fun to see because I don't think you can see it anywhere else. Kensington, the palace is right next to Green Park, in between Green Park and St James Park, so you can do all this in basically in a day's walk. You can do most of it apart from the museums. If you hurry, maybe like if you want to take it relax, maybe in 2 days without the museums, you can see all of this. But that's quite interesting to see.
Mounting timetable. Number 10. Harrods. Harrods is a luxury department store now owned by the state of Qatar. The store occupies a 20,000 square meter site and has 330 departments covering 90.
I haven't had any particular interest in Harrods, but it's definitely it's a shopping street. It's like the most expensive shopping street. If you want to go there, so let's check the bonus, shall we?
Here is a bonus that we promised: Canary Wharf. If you have an extra few hours to spare, visit Canary Wharf on the Isle of Dogs, the Manhattan of London.
Canary Wharf, I definitely agree with this, and I think especially now, after obviously 3 years since then, it's been a lot of improvement. I was recently there a couple of times. I also have a video footage above Canary Wharf on my helicopter flight, so I can link that video in the description if you want to have a look. That is amazing. It's probably the most amazing view aerial wise from London, apart from where the Tower Bridge is. this Isle of Dog part is like literally mesmerizing from the sky. And if you have the chance to go here, it's like literally tall buildings, banks, like pretty much Wall Street, what you know. But it's very well organized. It just looks very good.
It is a commercial district in East London and contains many of Europe's tallest buildings, including the second tallest building in the UK, One Canada Square. Of course, there are tons of other things to see and do in London, and it all depends on the sites you want to visit.
Right, let's give it thumbs up to the guys. Hungary passport. Okay, that's a lot of information there in the links. Right, okay, Instagram, I'll follow you there later on. Great video, cool info. I hope you don't mind. I've done a, what's it called, rating on it, or review. Yeah, whatever. Great content. That's the famous word for the millennials age, for our age. Great content. Comment. Cool. So that is all for today, dear readers. You're not reading this, are you? How much money, that much music. If you know what that means, hit me down in the comments below. It's a Balkan joke, but if you know the meaning of that, let me know. And if you like videos like this, do like that button, do press, stupid, press that like button. And I'll see you all next week. I hope you enjoy that.